What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm really happy that you're back, and in this video we're going to talk about some of the stuff that you need to bring with you on the track day. That's very important. We spoke about in a different video about the bike stuff. Now it's going to be all the rest of the stuff that you need to bring with you for your first track day. We're gonna start off with pretty much the minimum stuff that you need to bring, and then I'm gonna show you what else I bring with me on a track day. So without any more time wasting, let's get to it. Alright, so let's get started and let's get straight to it. So the very first thing that you have to make sure that you absolutely invest in for a track day is a very good helmet. And in this case, my choice of my protection for my head is the Vector 2 Aireye helmet. So don't go with that $100, $200 helmet. You just don't know how well it's going to perform. These things are tested and tested and tested in various ways to make sure that this thing saves your head. And honestly, I don't have to tell you more. You just have to look at how many motorcycle riders in MotoGP, in World Superbikes, in World Supersport, in ASBK, Moto America, BSB, you name it. You'll see so many of these things available because riders want to make sure that their head has the best protections. The whole point of rider gear, especially for track days, is that in any case you want to maximize your chances of simply walking away from any crash. And this, that starts with with the helmet, and then let's move on. So the next thing obviously for the helmet is I have a spare visor. I have a dark and tinted and a clear visor. For the most part I use the tinted one if it's a sunny day especially, so you don't want to get your sun glare to impair your vision. So on a case when it's raining and cloudy where the sun's not going to be a problem, then I use a Pinlock clear visor in this case, and the Pinlock system really works well for me. I don't have any problems with it. I installed it correctly and it does a good job. So if you have a helmet that fogs up quite a lot, see if they have a Pinlock visor that's ready, get a Pinlock insert, and you'll be much happier to ride in any sort of conditions. The next on the list, hearing plugs from Earmold. They're kind of custom made to fit into the ear. They're very comfortable and they do a 10 times better job than the stuff that you're going to go and buy in your retail shops. Really good to invest maybe 60 Aussie dollars for a set of Earmold plug, and they'll last you forever. So check them out. Alright, so apart from the head, let's go to the big stuff. So a full single piece or two-piece leather suit is a must for track days. For me it's a must regardless if it's a track or not track. Off the track, on the road. In this case I'm using an Alpinestars racing suit. It more than does the job. It saved my skin a few times without anything tearing on it. Or coming apart. I'm really happy with it, how it's working out. I mean, it's invest in your protection. That's probably the most important part. So a really good racing suit or two-piece or single piece, it doesn't matter, is a must for track days especially. Again, really good set of gloves. In this case RST TrackTech EVO R are my gloves that I'm currently using. Gloves are one of those things that you just basically end up wearing out, right? So I've had Alpinestars, I think the SuperTechs, what are they called, before, and they're really good gloves, but like everything else, they wear out eventually inside, and there's nothing you can do. It's something that just wears out. So in this case I'm using these RST ones, and the best thing that you can do is make sure that when you get your gloves, they protect your hand, they protect your whole wrist, everything. So it maximizes your potential of walking away from a crash. So they have really good knuckle protection, carbon fiber and stuff like that. So that's what you should be looking at with gloves. Next piece of protection that you definitely need to invest on is a back protector. I'm using what's it called again? Bionic back protector from Alpinestars. It's about maybe 5 or 6 years old already, but it's done its job really well. Yeah, 2 crashes. It's done the job really well, but I haven't landed on my back really, so it wasn't really massive crashes. The beauty of this one is it kind of does have like also a chest protector when you zip up, so I don't have to have an extra front chest protector that you can buy that I can buy for my suit. But definitely a must. Again, increase your chances of walking away from a crash. When this is not a must for your first starters, but once you start getting your knee down, which is most likely going to be your first track day if you haven't done already, a good set of knee sliders that will last you longer than the OEM stuff. In that case, it's the ITR knee sliders. Go ahead and check them out. We'll leave a link in the description. One of the other things that I like to have on me for my track days is a neck warmer. Now this will help basically in conditions like they're going to be tomorrow, which is probably like max 20 degrees, and it could be a chance of rain or whatever. So this helps me keep my neck warm, but also guards from the extra breathing and going into the visor and fogging up. So that's one thing that I really like to do. I like these thin ones because they're comfortable. The next must most likely will be a bit of extra petrol, right? So 5, 10, 15 liters of petrol extra with you, because at the track you don't have a petrol station. The next thing that's really a must, and probably one of the things you should always invest in really well, is a really good outdoor camping chair. I cannot tell you how many people want to pinch this from me every track day, because this is just so comfortable, and after every session you don't have to sit in those uncomfortable ones. So get yourself one of these, which is kind of like it's called a moon chair. So it's very round, very comfortable. I'll insert some video maybe from it in this video. If not, you'll be in my next track day video that I'm going to be shooting tomorrow. So keep an eye out for the chair. This is a must. So the things that I spoke about just before are pretty much sort of the necessary things that you need for your first track day, right? Like the most important stuff. So as you can tell, the most important stuff is your protection, right? So the next things that I'm going to list are not so a must, but are nice to have. And I'm going to kick it off with what I bring with me for sort of like bike stuff related. I bring with me chain clean and chain lube. In this case, Motorex products. Bring these with you. If you have them at home, rather bring them with you than leave them at home, even though you probably have got your chain all nice and clean ready already. So it's better to have it with you just in case. Another nice to have that I use from Motorex is the Protect spray. Now the Protect spray is for your leathers or your textile jackets or suits, whatever it is. It helps quite a bit with water resistance, right? So it helps guard the leather from water. You won't get soaked. So that's a really good spray to have with you. If you haven't got one, make sure you get one. We'll leave a link below. Brake fluid, I always have it with me just in case. It's better to have it with you because sometimes you just think to yourself, something's not right with my brakes. I might just want to give them a bleed. So you'd rather have brake fluid and obviously anything like the tools to bleed your brakes with you, and you can do it at track. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's very simple to do. So in this case, I'm using the Motorex racing brake fluid, which is very good. I found it really good. The difference between road and racing brake fluid is, yes, it will give you better performance, but you have to change it more often. So if you're not going to be doing track days a whole lot, it may not be for you because you're going to have to change it quite a lot. It's a bit more expensive, and on the road it's not necessary. So yeah, invest into the right brake fluid. Engine oil, sometimes you just need to top it up, right? regardless of what bike you have, you're going to be revving your engine out like more than you normally do, and you might come into pits and give your every session, check the bike, check the oil levels, and you might see that, okay, it's dropped. You know, sometimes there's a significant drop, you just don't know, like towards the end of the day. So you make sure you have the same engine oil that you have in your bike, that you have with you a bit extra to add or top up. So in this case, we use Motorex engine oils. They are very good engine oils. You'll see them on quite a lot of high-end motorbikes as OEM engine oils. Next thing is, I like to sort of, when I come in after every session, especially if it's rained, to clean my bike up after I've checked it. So instead of having to hose it down and get a sponge and stuff, I just get a clean towel and I use the Quick Clean from Motorex. It does an amazing job. It's almost as if you used any high-end washing products to wash your bike. Alright, next on the list is one of these tire pressure gauges, and you need this for sure. That's not a question. You'll probably start needing these. If you can't afford these, get a decent one. These are probably something that's going to last you forever, so invest in these wisely. They are more precise than the cheap stuff, and they are, like, I mean, have a look at this. You can handle this really well. You can throw it around. You don't have to worry if it's going to break. You know, like, it's got a good grip. It's got a digital gauge, and this baby turns, so like you can get very easily, comfortably onto your tire valve. Doesn't matter if you have the L profile like I do, the 90-degree L profile, or if you have the standard profile. It's going to be very easy to get your tire pressure readings from this. It's got a very big display and it's very accurate, so make sure you invest in one of these types of pressure gauges. I'm going to be using my ITR tire warmers, analog 80-degree tire warmers, which come in this awesome bag, so very clean. For track days, you will need it. You know, it's not a must for your first track day, but eventually, once you start doing them more, these things will be a necessity. And in this case, these bad boys from Spain are amazing. They do a really good job. They protect the whole wheel, and I will do an extra video on tire warmers. I'm not going to go too much about them, but yeah, this is another nice to have that you should be using. Well, in order to use tire warmers, you're going to need two bike stands, front and rear. In this case, you can see these ITR steel front stand. My other stand is on the bike, so I can't really film it. I'll insert the video of the bike stand in this video. There's not much to say about these. These are amazing products. You know, they're very high quality, very strong, yet still fairly light, because they're steel. They're almost like aluminium, but just a little bit heavier. So you can tell that they're very strong built, so that there's not going to be any issues of your bike ever having any chances of falling over. So we'll leave a link in the description of these awesome pieces of accessories that you can have for your bike. And of course, you'll need these if you want to use tire warmers anyway. Something that's important as well, which is an esky. I'm not going to film it, but you need an esky for your food. You've got to bring food with you, unless you're going to spend a lot of money at the local cafeteria. Bring your food with you. Bring about, I don't know, 3 or 4 liters of water. Bring some coffee with you, or tea. If it's going to be cold. Bring food that's good for you. You know, chicken salads, whatever. A few sandwiches. Make sure you have food that's going to keep you full all day and give you energy. So don't eat junk. Don't go to Macca's and buy stuff, right? So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not a nutritionist, but bring the food that's good for you. You will need bike rail to load it, most likely. A ute on your van, on your trailer, whatever it is, you'll need one of these. So make sure you find these cheap. So if you go to a track that doesn't have power outlets, right? And if you need to run your tire warmers, you will need a generator. I have a generator so I can run my tire warmers, I can run my laptop and things like that off of it for the whole day. So make sure you bring extra petrol for that as well. I do bring some other spares like spare bars, extra brake pads. I think these brake pads that are on my bike currently should last me at least another track day now. I've checked with a few mechanics, so they should be fine. Grips as well, bars, because just in case I bend one of the bars, I can, on my racing clip-ons, I can just replace the bars instead of the whole clip-on, so I'll invest into that. I also bring spares for my resets, so I've just fitted a set of Vortex resets on the bike. I'll shoot some video of them later, and I'm going to bring some spare Vortex pegs and maybe a few levers or whatever it is and things like that, so just in case. I don't think that they'll need them, but just in case, they better be with me so I can at least finish the track day. So looking around, pretty much this is it. Oh, sorry, yeah, well, tools. But in the toolbox, pretty much I have all the tools that I need to take most of the stuff apart on the bike. Most important tool is probably for the front and rear axle, so I can take off the wheels, take them to the tire place to fit new tires and fit them back in. Tools to change brake pads, bleed the brake lines, change all the various sort of settings on rear sets and clip-ons and things like that. So yeah, I'll bring that with me. I'll also bring with me most likely a new master cylinder I want to fit on the bike. So I might actually fit it on the day. I don't think I'll have time to do it now. I haven't actually unboxed it yet. I'll do an unboxing video on the ITR front master cylinder, and after that I will fit it to the bike, and hopefully tomorrow, if I get a chance, I'll fit it tomorrow and give it a test and see and do a review on it. So, but yes, that's pretty much it for what I bring with me on the track day and what I think you should be bringing for your first track day. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and you know what, if you want to keep watching videos that we're going to be posting hopefully every week like we have in the past few weeks, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll be coming up with more and more videos as we go. So until then, I will see you